I get a lot of email from people trying to tell me they can make me #1 in Google. But you know, that's actually a bunch of nonsense, and that's the subject of today's Idea of the Day. I get solicitations all the time from companies, SEO companies, trying to teach me or sell me on the concept that they can make me #1 in Google for X, Y, and Z terms or whatever it may be. Here's the thing. There's no such thing as being #1 in Google anymore. It really isn't. No matter what anybody claims, there's no such thing as being #1 in Google. There used to be a time, and I'll give you an exact period, to be honest with you, about 2009, if I'm not mistaken. Around that period of time, just before that, there actually was the concept of being #1 in Google for any given keyword. Let's say you make cigars and you want to know who the #1 search is in Google for cigars. Whoever it was probably #1. But around that point, in 2009, Google changed everything. What they did was they put in literally almost 60, I think it was like 57 totally different attributes that profiled what became #1 or 2 or 3 or whatever the ranking was for any given keyword. And those 57 or so different attributes are different for each person because most of those attributes in their classification come from the person themselves. As particular as either what city they're in, what town they're in, what street they're on, what they perceive your age is, what they've gathered from information in your emails if you have Gmail, what you've liked and disliked on social media, especially if you have a public profile, what you've searched for in the past. There are literally at least 60 right now, different attributes. And Google factors every single one of them into what they put together as your search results. So the concept that somebody can come up to you and say, I can make you #1 in Google means nothing. Because all it could potentially do is mean you could be #1 for one particular person in one particular city who happens to be of a certain age and of a certain gender and of a certain this and that, and it just simply doesn't exist. The concept of there being a singular #1 in any given keyword is bogus. So if anyone tries to sell you on the idea that they can make you #1 on Google, just say no. And that's today's Idea of the Day. All right, so that's today's Idea of the Day. I hope you liked it. If you visit ideaoftheday.com, you'll see a new one every day. Every day. Yeah, some of them don't suck. And don't forget to subscribe. And you can see them here every day. Brand new one. And some of my videos don't suck either.